Welcome back to Footballology. So I want to make a real quick video on some of the free agents. I was just on NFL.com looking at the list of guys that are available, and I think the biggest and notable one is Kirk Cousins. A lot of people got some ideas of where he's going to go and things like that, but I feel like that Kirk Cousins can almost determine the whole 2018 season. Now, there's multiple teams that he can go to. Uh, it's just who's going to pay him the right money, first of all. The Jets, I don't like the idea for the Jets because personally, um, I don't think they have enough weapons for him. Granted, he can do it without weapons, and he's shown that. So if that's something that he should take into consideration if I was him. But they have the defense that could help him move along. But then he ended up playing Tom Brady 2 times a year. So there's a lot of ifs, ands, and buts there. So I'm not really sure on the Jets. That's a huge question mark for me. Arizona is an option, but once again, Arizona weapons, they're there. He definitely would have a running game, something he's not really had since his ever, actually. I was going to say his rookie year, but that was RG3. So he's never really had a running game, in my personal opinion, but he will have that in Arizona with David Johnson. His wide receiver weapons, Larry Fitz may come back for another year, considering the fact. But other than that, kind of questioning, the wide receivers in Arizona. What is another team? Denver. I think Denver is the biggest team out there that a lot of people are looking at as far as him going. Uh, I don't like the idea of him going to Denver, not because I'm a Chiefs fan. No. The reason why I don't like the idea of him going to Denver is because I don't think they have the offensive line to protect him. Now, the other two teams don't have offensive line either, but I feel like they're more salary cap favorite, if you will, to at least address some of those positions and bring in at least a piece or two on the offensive line. Whereas I don't think Denver has the money to do so. And on top of that, I think Denver is really set on getting a rookie quarterback, getting a young guy, getting their guy. Um, Baker Mayfield is what I'm thinking, but that's, later on down the road. Anyways, Jacksonville. I know it's a wild card spot. I know it's like way out there, but I feel like Jacksonville could be the ideal and the perfect situation for him. Personally, I don't think they have the money. They've been paying a lot of people on that defensive side of the ball. So it's going to be really interesting to see what they do. But if you're Kirk Cousins, you want to go get your team. You want to have a chance to win. At the end of the day, I don't know. See, there's just so many suitors. I like the Arizona Cardinals. I think the Cardinals would probably be his best fit for him personally. New head coach, he comes in, new fresh start. He has a running game. He has a really good defense. A defense that can actually take the ball away. Sorry, can take the ball away from him, give him opportunities on short fields and things like that. Um, yeah, I think Arizona would be the perfect fit for Kirk Cousins, honestly. So I don't know. I think that's where he should go. He had adequate offensive line, decent run game. Probably the best run game. I'm not gonna say decent. David Johnson's my dude. Have a really good run game there. So Arizona for Kirk Cousins is just one of the ideas. Looking at some of the other guys on the list, Drew Brees, I don't think he's going to go anywhere. Le'Veon Bell's not going anywhere. DeMarcus Lawrence, he can't. Dallas can't afford for him to go anywhere else but Dallas, so I don't see him going anywhere. The most intriguing one on this list right now is Allen Robinson for me because Jacksonville's shown this last year they could do it without him, and they have guys that are willing and able to step up and take care of the ball. So I could see him becoming a free agent potentially. And if you think about it, if Kirk Cousins goes to Arizona, if I'm Allen Robinson, why not go with him? Um, that's a place for you to go. I'm trying to think of some of the other guys. If you're Allen Robinson, you want to go somewhere where you have opportunity with a young quarterback and to develop yourself. Blake Bortles didn't do a lot this year. He didn't really, you know, take the top off or anything. He kind of just dialed back his mistakes a little bit and kind of gave Jacksonville enough chances to win. And I think that was just more or less them running the ball more with Leonard Fournette. Uh, but I personally feel like that if you're Allen Robinson, you should come here to Kansas City. No bias, no bias beat or anything like that. But we could use a receiver of his size, his speed, his skill set on the outside. I mean, we have Tyreek Hill. Why not put him on the outside? Now you have to really worry about some other guys. And we have some slot guys. We got Travis Kelce. We got Kareem Hunt. And those are just, some pieces that he would come here And we would have to pay him a lot either. And we're freeing up a lot of cap space right now, and that's really good. Uh, so I would like the idea of him coming back or coming here and having a chance to play here. But there's also a lot of other teams out there that will probably be wanting his service. New England being one. Uh, they probably want a big body guy on the outside. I know they got, Chris Hogan and Brandon Cooks and Julian Edelman, but why not have a guy like Allen Robinson there? That's something that Tom Brady showed that he can have true success with. Jared Goff has has a plethora of weapons there. Carson Wentz has enough weapons. So, I mean, like I said, Allen Robinson, you want to go to one of the up-and-coming quarterbacks or young guys that you give you a chance to win. And there's a handful of teams that have that situation going on. And so if you're Allen Robinson, I think that's the best fit is Kansas City. Like, I shit you not. Denver's crowded. Oakland's crowded. The Chargers, they're starting to come on. Chargers might be another good fit for him, too, honestly. So, I don't know. There's multiple options out there. So, I think that Allen Robinson, like I said, he's a really intriguing free agent acquisition or free agent that he can go anywhere. I mean, he might go back to Jacksonville, but I don't see Jacksonville retaining him. Who else we got on this list I was looking at? Sammy Watkins. See, that's interesting, too. Sammy Watkins is an interesting guy. Who knows what's going to happen to him? LaMarcus Joyner, Tremaine Johnson, those are two interesting guys, but I can see them being retained by the Rams. They had good success this year. There was one other one on here. Dontari Poe. That was another one that intrigued me. He did sign a 1-year deal with the Falcons, so it's going to be interesting to see him as a big man that can really cause havoc up the middle of your or the offensive line and just really collapse the pocket from the inside. That's something a lot of teams can't do and want to do. The Patriots might be a really big player in that market with Dontari Poe. They need a guy like him. I mean, Malcolm Brown did decent there, but if you could put a guy like Dontari Poe in the middle of that defense, that's something that Bill Belichick has always liked to have. He always liked to have one of those big dominant nose tackles in the middle of his defense, and that's something that he really didn't have this year. And you can see the Patriots' defense wasn't the same this year. And I think that having a guy like Dontari Poe can do that for him. Once again, sounds biased, but it's true. Why not bring him back here to Kansas City? Dude was a beast for us. He actually took care of business, and I think he made the people around him a lot better than people expected, or he made people around him a lot better than people thought, So, yeah, I think the Patriots, though, might be the biggest player in the market, so I wouldn't sleep on the Patriots. Or Dontari Poe to the Patriots, that might be a big, big play there. I'm trying to think of some other guys. See who else is on this list that I'm really intrigued by. They got some notables. The notable guys are like Jimmy Graham, Tyler Eifert. Those are two guys that I can see getting paid decent, but once again, going somewhere where like Kirk Cousins goes or one of these young quarterbacks and really going there and helping those guys, develop themselves to the next level. Like, think about a Jimmy Graham to the Rams with Jared Goff would be nice, or Tyler Eifert there. Tyler Eifert might be retained by the Bengals, but they had Croft this year, and he was actually doing some business. So who knows? Marquise Lee is on this list. So now you got Marquise Lee and Allen Robinson. That's going to be interesting if you're the Jaguars. Kenny Vaccaro, he's a guy that I personally feel like is a good safety. Just fell on hard times. Just found hit that rough patch, but I think he has a chance. Terrell Pryor, I personally feel like if you're Terrell Pryor, you need to find the perfect situation for you to redeem yourself, because you had that great year in Cleveland, which you need to prove to people that wasn't a fluke. That was really you being a hard worker. So you need to go somewhere where you can actually develop yourself a little bit more and take your game to the next level and really prove just to everybody in the NFL world that you're a quality receiver. And I think that that's something that he's going to see out there. Like, I don't think he's going anywhere with any project quarterbacks or any rookie quarterbacks or 2-year, 1-year pro quarterbacks. He's looking for like a Drew Brees or Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers. He's looking for one of those guys. He's looking for a veteran quarterback that he knows that can deliver the ball. Cam Newton, maybe Matt Ryan. But I know they're loaded in Atlanta. But I just think that if you're Terrell Pryor, I think that's what he's looking for. He's probably going to wind up in New England for a next to nothing buck and tear it up. Who knows? That's really all that's on this list right now. Those are just some guys that I was looking at personally. And It's gonna be interesting, honestly. I really do like it's interesting. Like Carlos Hyde is a free agent for the Niners, and Carlos Hyde is a decent running back, but I don't see the Niners retaining him, honestly. Uh, who else is on this list? Deion Lewis. I think he goes back to New England. I think he has one home and one home only. But I said the same thing about Kirk Cousins, and now look, he's might be, who knows. Uh, Jarvis Landry, he's not going anywhere. So yeah, this is a couple guys I was looking down the NFL list. I just want to share you my opinion with you guys and see what you guys thought. Let me know what some of your opinions of some of the free agents that you think might land somewhere, and what do you think about the Jimmy Garoppolo trade? Or not trade, the Jimmy Garoppolo deal, because that thing was fat. But the Niners had the money, and I think the Niners are actually trying to build something, and I think they are going to build something. I would not be surprised if not next year, but the year after, the Niners being a true contender and for a playoff spot and for a deep playoff run. I wouldn't be surprised if Cleveland's in the same boat this year. Honestly, we're playing for a playoff spot or a deep playoff run. So yeah, thanks for watching the video. Go and subscribe to Footballology. Become a footballologist today, and stay safe, football fans. The combine's right around the corner, FYI, and I'm definitely doing that. So I'll see you then.